Alright. Hey everybody, this is Angel Phoenix and welcome to Love Triangle. Yeah, I'm playing this. One of my friends dared me to play it and will not stop nagging me about it, and hold on. I'd normally live stream, but my internet is being a royal pain in the ass. So I will not be streaming, I will just be recording this and then uploading it. It probably won't be edited. If it is, it'll be very slight because I have a problem with my editing software. And I'm just not very good at editing, let's be honest. But yeah, my friend has been begging me to play this game. And, oh! I saw that, hi Bill. Bill Cipher is my favourite character, so this sounds kinda cool to me, but it depends on how bad it is, but it looks good. So yeah, my friend really wanted me to play this. This game is rated T for teens and contains mild language and adult themes such as use of alcohol. Player discretion is advised. Okay. I like the music. It was a warm July evening. The sun was just barely up, giving the pine trees around you a pinkish glow to them. It's July right now. After a long trip, you guzzle some water and wipe some sweat from your brow. You were in Oregon, the place where the infamous Bill Cipher statue was. And for the first time in your life, you're going to see him in person. As you trot up the path that lay deep in the pine wood, you notice a small grey hand sticking out from the bushes. Curious, you decide to take a closer look. Dyslexic. Oh my god, the art is pretty good, I like it. It was him. His statue laid there motionless, his body somewhat cracked and patched with growing moss, his limbs mostly gone, all except for the hand that he shook with Ford. And his eye, probably as big as your head it would seem, was all there. You searched around the area for a bit, seeing if the treasure chest was taken, or even, off it? If it, I think that's meant to say, was there at all. After all, you were the first to find him. After you found the treasure and the fake, seemingly meaningless gold coins, you stare at the statue and wonder what to do next. You received a fake gold coin in your bag. Okay, it's gonna be one of those kinds of games. You end up taking pictures with the statue like any modern day person would. Afterwards, you stare at his thin, small hand. Before the hunt for the statue started, you remember the rules said specifically to not shake the hand. Still, you can't help but wonder what would happen if you do. Shake the hand? Yes, definitely, absolutely. Oh, jeez. You decided, as if you had any other choice, to shake the hand. Okay. Oh, I didn't get to read that back. Oh. You decided as if you had any other choice to shake the hand. Within an instant, the statue changed before your eyes from a dull grey to a shiny yellow gold. Too shiny, in fact. Too shiny, in fact, that your use the words. Too shiny, in fact, that you sort of had to shield your eyes from the sun gleam reflecting from it. His form had changed back to the way he was in the show. Bow tie, top hat, his arms and legs, and most importantly, his big, somewhat cat-like eye was all shown before you. When the transformation was finally done, he floated close to the ground, wide-eyed and seemingly frightened. I think if Bill is scared, anybody should be scared. A frightened Bill would be probably the worst to be around, I think. It hardly seemed like he knew you were there. I'm alive! Holy heck, I actually survived that punch! He stared at his hands, shaking from excitement, until you backed away a bit and stepped onto a small branch while doing so. He flinched, now coming to the realization that he wasn't alone. He stared at you, shocked and a bit scared. He waved his hand around to see how you'd react. He noticed your eye following his hand. So, you can see me, huh? He mumbled to himself, his hands somewhat shaky. Guess I'm still in my physical form, even after all that mess. The demon blinks a few times, puffs up his chest, and straightens his bow tie and speaks. Well, kid, you sure took your sweet time, but I'm glad you found me. Feels like I've been stuck in here for ages. Deciding against trying to do the accent at the minute. He turns around and starts to float away, waving at you with one hand. Anyway, later, sucker! Oh dear. When you both turn around and look at your wrists, a faint glow of what looks like a transparent chain binds you to. What? Wait, a chain? How in the world did that get there? Bill, now seeming to once again lose his composure, started to frantically try to free himself from the chain. No! No, 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 no! I spent years stuck in this stupid rock and now this? As the dream demon panicked, you stood there and wondered what to do. Laugh. I would laugh. I would laugh. I'm sorry, Bill. I would laugh. You thought it was amusing, seeing him get out of one bind and... bleh. You thought it was amusing seeing him get out of one bind just to find himself stuck in another, so you couldn't help but chuckle. He stopped trying to free himself from the chain and snapped. What? You think this is this funny to you? You think this is a joke? You know what this chain means, right? He held up the chain as if he was playing a bizarre version of show and tell. This means we're soulbound. Fuck. That means... Oh, fuck. That's scary. I'm stuck with you for life. He dropped the chain and had the most sinister look on his face, which seemed pretty difficult to tell since he since all he had on it was one eye. Words. Why? Why am I fine talking when I'm talking normally to a person, but as soon as I start recording, this happens. I can make your life a living nightmare, or I can be your best friend. Your choice. He floated up next to you and leaned his arm on your shoulder. He still seemed cocky, and the more you were around him, the more you felt unwelcome. Well, since I'm stuck with you, I might as well get to know you. What's your name, anyway? I'll go with Angel. Also, what do you go by? A guy, gal, non-binary? Yes! Yes! Non-binary is an option. Ah, that made me happy. They, them, thank you. So you're non-gendered, huh? Understandable. So tell me, Angel, what brought you up here in the first place? How did you know I was even here? You stood there quiet for a moment. How do you tell someone you saved them because you knew them from a show? As it was, This whole scenario was too surreal to even believe what was happening. But bizarre as it was happening. As you stared off into space, Bill started rummaging through your things and took out your purchased copy of the journal. It's still in good shape and even has its store-bought cover still on it. Ho ho ho, what do we have? Huh? Why do you have a couple of Fordsy's journal? Why does it look new? It's clear that he has no idea where he is or the fact of his existence to you. He's gonna learn eventually anyway, but after the events so far and the 2 mental breakdowns, you're not really sure if he can take more surprising news right now. If I don't tell him now, what's he gonna do when I tell him later or he finds out from someone else? I gotta tell him. Is this music from Undertale? Why am I just realizing this now? You decided to tell him the origins of the book, who wrote it, and why you know of Bill in the first place. He floats there, staring strangely at you. So, you're telling me that... You nod. That I came from a show. You nod once more. That a man with a silly goatee and a love for plaid made. And he made this stupid replica of a diary also. You nod for a 3rd time. He seems to look at you like you came from a mental ward. Ha ha, very funny. So funny, in fact, that I almost believe you. If that was true, then why the heck is my statue here, huh? As he said that, he tossed you the book and tugged the chain, as if you were a dog on his leash. I'm gonna punch him for that. Anyway, what's the holdup, kiddo? Are you gonna stand here in a forest until dark, or are we gonna get a move on? Jeez. A lot just happened in the span of the last, 2 minutes. What the hell? Jeez. Okay. I need a drink. Excuse me. As the twilight fades into a starry night, you notice that the events you're experiencing right now can't be undone. No shit. Time in our universe is unfortunately quite linear at the moment, as far as we are capable of understanding. You didn't really expect to be even out here for this long, but given the current events, it's not like there was anything you could do about it. You noticed that Bill, okay, hold on. Okay, thank you, because it's very, loud in my ear. You've noticed that Bill, the very being you're chained to, looks doubtful on the situation both of you are in. Even if he's a psychotic dream demon and even though he's a psychotic dream demon and you've known him through the show, you realize that you may need to get to know the real him to gain his trust. You start putting up some options. Constellations, hungry. How is he? Am I seriously gonna be civil with this bastard? I don't want to be civil with him. I really don't. As much as I adore Bill as a character. And just... Let's move. Seeing as how no other option was useful in the slightest, you asked him that maybe it would be a better idea to get out of the woods. Yeah, seems like the only good plan your head can come up with. Come on, this way. Does he think that he's gonna be in Gravity Falls still? And soon he leads the way to somewhere. At this point, the sun had almost set completely, leaving us, I think you mean, or you, walking in the dark almost. Plus, God, the forest was so incredibly thick it was hard to walk through it all. Well, hard for you anyway, not for Bill. He, on the other hand, was completely phasing through everything that touched him. Everything, of course, except for the chains binding you two. It was strange. Somehow you two were chained together, and yet there really was no feel to it at all. Like it was some sort of hologram. Is that meant to be rain? Okay, that was... okay. As he led the way, you were so busy, distracted in thought, when suddenly you slipped over the edge of gravel below you, right into a not so conveniently placed hole. Bill, reluctantly, is pulled and falls with you. Hey, Angel, watch out! After the initial shock of falling, the demon flusters as he tries to yank the chain up, but sadly was unsuccessful. Yeah, why won't you move? Bill, frustrated that all he could do was be pulled down by you, reluctantly was dragged down into what seemed like an endless hole. Would something else have happened if I chose something else? I'm curious about that now. Oh, I can have multiple saves. Okay. There was a good minute of yelling, mostly by your part and partially by Bill, before the initial shock passed and your throat grew and your throat grew sore. Guess you were gonna be here for a while. Are we just floating, just falling into an endless abyss now? Oh, I remember what this is now. It's been a while since I've seen this episode. The bottomless pit. You and Bill floated in the darkness, and after a good few minutes, you calmed down some. After a bit of adjusting, the fall became easier to get used to. The demon in front of you, of course, floated with ease, since he was so used to floating already. What? From his expression, you could easily tell he was aggravated. Asking if he's okay is gonna sound so dumb, though. It's like, he's chained to me. Of course he's gonna say no. Whatever. Bill blinks slowly at the question, looking at you foolishly. Yeah, perfectly dandy. I mean, we're stuck together for less than an hour and somehow you've managed to make us fall into a hole. Thanks for that, by the way. I'm so grateful. He scoffs as you float there in silence. Technically, all that happened wasn't really your fault, yet you couldn't help but feel he was blaming you for everything. Guess you really should have been more careful. Before I can't talk! Before either of you could speak another word, a small light illuminated below. The small circle of white growing bigger and bigger as you fell. Within moments you remembered that you were still falling, and that there was a strong possibility that there'll be a cold, hard ground you'll meet at the end of it. Your instinctive reaction was to close your eyes and hold your head and scream as you fell for the inevitable. Immediately you tugged the chain until you could grab onto him. He was a demon and could probably survive the fall, but it was always better safe than sorry. I would not personally do that. I would try to land on my legs. Even if my legs ended up broken, at least I'd be alive, probably. Maybe not from that height, but you get the point. Plus, you were pretty terrified and needed to grab onto something. Screams filled the dark hole as you both fell closer to your doom. Let's hope either of you could survive this. That's it! That's how it went. Okay. 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 Okay, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Definitely. You decided to shake the hand. So all of this the same as before. Blah 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 blah. What happens if I try to calm him down? You decided to try and to calm him down. He stopped trying to free himself from the chains and looked at you like you were nuts. Calm down! Calm down! Do you have any idea what this chain means, kid? He held up the chain as if he was playing Bizarre Bird in a show and tell. This means we're soulbound. It means I'm stuck with you. Yeah. Drop the chain. And thanks anyway for trying, kiddo. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, since I'm stuck with you, I might as well get to know you. What's your name? Okay, yeah. Non-binary. Okay, set off into space. Okay, he found the journal. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna tell him the truth again. See how this turns out. How are you? I don't know. You tried to ask the triangle how he is to, I don't know, give him some sort of comfort, I guess. Why am I comforting the demon? He replies with a skeptical sort of look. What's it look like? I'm chained to a lifetime of misery thanks to you. Doesn't look too good now, does it? Probably not the best time to bother him about the, situation. Constellations? You try to keep Bill entertained by asking him what constellations are up tonight. The demon rolls his eye. And I said eyes. He has one eye. One eye, brain. The demon rolls his eye for a moment before you mention something about seeing the summer triangle. He glances at you for a moment before turning his gaze upward. Oh, you mean that? That's formed by Altair, Deneb, and Vega. If I've mispronounced them, I'm sorry. They also happen to be the brightest stars in the three constellations of, Aquila, so I guess, Cygnus, and Lyra, respectively. He seems to be interested on the subject despite that you just looked this up on the internet. Good thinking, you. By the way, just because it's a triangle doesn't mean that's gonna impress me more. You must have looked that up, didn't you? After a small moment, you let out an awkward cough. Well, seems like any hopes of wooing him went down the drain. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to shut him up, but okay. You try to think about something else that might work. Hungry? You asked Bill if he would like to get some grub, or at least eat something just for the sake of the travel. Bill rolled his eye. Oh wow, human food, I'd love to. Not. Well, that didn't work. What else? Let's get moving. We end up in the bottomless pit, though. Seeing as how no other option was useful in the slightest, you asked me to get out of the woods. I ended up... Hey, Angel, watch out! Why won't you move? I don't know, maybe you're not big enough or heavy enough to, strong enough, I guess, to float up with me? ... For a bit, you stay quiet. Maybe talking to him might make him feel worse, especially since you were the entire reason why you two were falling down a hole in the first place. So now I'm blaming myself, great. You both floated there, staring elsewhere in silence. Every now and again, you two would steal glances at each other in the long duration of the silence. How long had you two been floating down there? It felt like hours. It was awkward. Okay, and... Okay, that's it? Am I missing something? Or is the game, like, not finished? Hold on, I need to check this. Okay, so that is all there is to this game. Okay, wait, can I use the coin at any point? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can use the... Okay, if I can use the coin at any point. It says that the coin is in my bag. Oh, no, no, no. It's actually got Stan on his... Oh, jeez. How do I use the coin? I'm trying to see if that works. Laugh at him. Wait, I didn't lie to him. I didn't lie to him yet. You told the demon how much of a cutie, is that meant to be a pun, he was, and how you never heard of this Fordsy he mentioned. Bill's grip on the book loosens, but his expression doesn't change. You just had to, didn't you? Real funny, kid. I'll let it slide for now, but I know something's up. As he said that, he tossed you the book and tugged the chain as if you were a dog on his leash. Anyway, where should we go? How are you? Doesn't look too good. Still nothing I can use this for yet. Okay. Okay, yeah, there is nothing more to this at the minute. So I think I'm gonna play the other one that my friend dared me to play. So just Menu. Quit. Okay. There is another game that my friend wanted me to play, made by the same person. So just let me get that up. Okay, hold on. Oh dear. I'm hungry. I need to make dinner later. Game capture properties. Okay, Love Cafe. It's by the same person, and I think this is another Bill one. Okay. Menu. Full screen. I love the style that they do the all of this in. I'm gonna turn down the music volume ahead of time just a little bit because, jeez. Start. Oh. I should have turned it down a little bit more for myself. Okay, oh, it's got voiceovers in this one. Okay. Return. It was a day like any other normal day. You wake up on time, you get ready for the day, and head out to face the world. I'm not normally awake on time, so that's a good track record for me, but whatever. Just like every other day, you needed a good tasty cup of coffee to start it off right. I can't drink coffee though! I hate coffee! How freaking loud does it need to be? I can't hear myself talk. Your old haunt had closed up shop due to a new big competitor moving into your home turf. It was sad that the little family business couldn't stand up to the corporate. They had the absolute best coffee, and now that they were no more, your only option in this tiny town was the competition. But you refused to give them business. After all, it was their fault you couldn't enjoy your favorite coffee anymore. Petty? Absolutely. Even though it hurt to do so because of your caffeine addiction, it was absolutely worth not giving them your business. Homebrew coffee only tasted good for so long before you began to crave the kinds your old place served. Surely there was some shop nearby that wasn't them. It took some time, but eventually you find a small shop the next town over. It was more of a wide spot in the road with no real reason to stop there unless you either lived or worked there. Today you were going to have a reason to do so. Stanbox! Oh jeez! It didn't take too long for you to arrive in the rural town, or to pull into a rambling stop in front of the coffee shop. The petty side of you enjoys seeing the corrupt logo plastered above the doorway. Corrupted. You step into the familiar cafe, absorbing the comforting atmosphere of the place. This coffee shop was a tad smaller than your old one, but much cozier. The tables and booths took up a majority of the space, leaving not much room for a long line and a waiting area. It wasn't quite to your liking, but you really needed the coffee. You joined the short queue. You were so lost in thought that when it was finally your turn to order, you look up from your phone to address the barista. Standing across the register was something you'd never expect. Oh, jeez. Oh, why is this so entertaining to me? Weird barista. Welcome to Starbucks. How may I take your order? You blinked, bewildered by the thing talking to you. Was he really a triangle with one eye? Are you sure you even woke up this morning? This was just too surreal, right? Come on, kid, I don't have all day, you know. You shake your head, deciding not to worry so much. After all, no one else seemed to be freaking out about it, so maybe it was all in your head or something. Ahem. Oh, right, your order. I don't know. Frappuccino, whatever. You decided that since this was a shop you weren't used to, you'd splurge and buy a frappy. Maybe with a little sugar rush, might clear your mind a bit. That sentence didn't quite make sense to me. My brain hurts. The mysterious triangle punched the order into the register before gazing at you expectantly. He holds out his hand. You stare at his hand for a moment before realizing you want payment. Duh. Fighting off the embarrassment, you quickly retrieve the total on the register and hand it over. He takes it and cashes you out, handing back your change as well as a receipt. Alright, your order number is 42. It'll be out in a bit. As the triangle grabbed a cup to mark it, you couldn't help but stare at the other in wonder. Even if you were somehow sleepwalking, there was no way you'd imagine something this bizarre. It seemed too real. The triangle quickly noticed you staring at him and raised what was probably an eyebrow, you think. It was hard to read such a face when you only have a singular eye and no other distinct facial features to work with. I take it you think you're going crazy seeing a floating triangle working in a cafe, right? No shit, Bill. It looks weird without his top hat. You blinked in response. Was it that obvious? You nodded at the triangle. Oh, thank God you're not actually going crazy. Well, you're not imagining things. Now quit staring at me like I'm some sort of living stuffed animal or something. You nod again, though now that you know you're not hallucinating, it just adds more questions. Should I ask? I'm normally the person that asks questions, so sorry, Bill, I gotta ask. The barista rolls his eye at the question. Look, instead of asking for my personal biz, you let me do my job, alright? The odd triangle moves away from the counter in order to make your order. You shuffle over to the waiting area to await your sweet caffeine fix. After taking a moment to check your phone, you look back up to see the barista again, prepping the workstation and setting up the equipment to start your order. I'll let him work. I don't want to... My dog is leaning against the door and scratching himself. You quickly lean against the counter, waiting on the coffee you just ordered. It would probably be considered rude to try to talk to him while he works, so you spend your time fiddling with your phone while you wait. Time passes and he finally calls out your number. You look up from your phone to see him come back to the counter, a steaming cup in hand. He hands it to you along with a wave before he hovers back to the cash register to handle his other customers. the new arrivals and their orders. Oh my god, that's fucking terrifying! You would have at least tried to say goodbye, but he seemed too busy to notice you at this point. After a moment of hesitating, you decided to take your coffee and head out to the store. Of the store. Whatever. You're not exactly sure whether you'd ever return to that coffee shop again, nor if you'll ever see Bill again, but you were kind of glad you went there. Maybe you could have asked for his number, or at least talked to him. He seemed like a nice guy. I know better, though! I know better! Okay, let's try that again. Blah, 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 blah. Barista. I'll go for the latte this time. Yeah. I'm not gonna ask. You decide not to ask since the idea of asking that might anger him in some way. There could be a possibility he gets it a lot, so zipping your lips on that might be the best plan. The odd triangle moves away from the counter in order to make your order. You shuffle over the waiting area. Let him work. Do I get a chance to talk to him again? Oh no, I don't. I fucked that up. Okay, start. Okay, blah 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 blah. I don't drink coffee. Don't ask. Try to talk to him again. Curiosity takes you over once more. You call out to him. His eye perks up and he looks up from his work and floats over. Yeah? You grabbed his attention. Now what? Ask his name. The triangle's pupil lifted for a moment to give out a short response. Name's Bill, and you? Angel. You told him your name was Angel. He responded with a nod. Or at least, it's what you assume it is. It seems like as the bends the top angle as he bends the top angle forwards a bit from before straightening back up. Okay. Perhaps you're getting better at reading him? After a few moments, the triangle went back to focusing on his work. Great, now you gotta think of something else to say. How long have you been working here? Try to charm him. Oh, okay. I'm gonna save here. How long have you been working here? You ask the triangle how he started working there. The barista blinks at you for a moment before responding. A while. Took some getting used to, but it's better than working at a fast food joint. Curious, you ask him why he does work there instead of being like a superhero or something, since he seems so supernatural compared to everyone else. Demon raises an eyebrow at you, seeming to mull over what you say. You're not quite sure, but was the look he was giving you distrust? Let's say I have my reasons, kid, and just leave it at that. The demon pauses, setting down the plastic cup before speaking. Okay, now I gotta ask you a question. How come I've never seen you before anyway? Did you just move into town? Tell him what happened to your old place. Oh, I just noticed Stan's symbol on his, well, I think it's supposed to be an apron, but it just looks like a bib. Bill's wearing a bib. Oh. You tell him about the coffee shop you used to go to and how it got replaced by a big chain. Demon raises an eyebrow, surprised. Well, the owner here made this place just so he could rip off one of the major chains himself. Guess you both have a hatred in common for him. The triangle grabs a napkin and scribbles on it with a pen before handing you the frap. We were talking so much I almost forgot the drink. You handed the drink along with the written napkin, which displays a phone number along with the words, "Call me." Cool. The numbers for in case you want to find the ins and outs of this place other than, you know, hanging out here in an old coffee shop. You chuckle before waving goodbye, taking the coffee and the number with you out the door. The frat was actually just as tasty as your last place, and you even got to know someone a bit from there. With the barista's number in hand, you head out of the tiny town, all while making plans to stop by here again soon, and certainly texting the number a bit later today. That was a sweet little story. I want to see what else happens though. So, back to this. I'll order an espresso. I don't freaking know. I don't know coffee, Bill. Okay. Don't ask. Talk to him again. Ask him his name. Okay. Try to charm him. You wondered how he'd react to you trying to flirt with him, considering the fact that he's a triangle and all, and might not get a lot of attention like that. Ask for his number off the bat. You decide to ask for his number off the bat, wondering what his reaction would be. Sure. Wait, really? Only if you tell me why you need it, that is. Kinda weird if I just give my number to you and yet I barely know you. I need your number so that I can get to know you. I can't be harassing you while you're at work all the time. Demon raises an eyebrow, unable to counter that statement. You got a fair point, but maybe we could work out something. How about you come back here on one of my breaks so that I have time to actually give you my number instead of doing it now when I'm kinda busy. Good idea. You nod, telling him that's a good idea. Before either of you can say another word, the triangle grabs... slides the lid to the cup. Okay. Sentences not always making sense to me. Finishing the espresso you ordered. Whatever. He hands you the drink and winks at you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, this is weird. At least that's what you think he did. Before he hovers back to the cash register to handle the new arrivals and their orders. You thank him and grab the coffee, feeling at least somewhat satisfied about coming to the new coffee shop. The espresso was actually just as tasty as your last place, and you even got to know someone a bit from there. Maybe soon you'll go back there and see him again. So that's, I think, all there is to these two. I want to check quickly again. Just see if there's anything else that I come across. Oh my god, no. Please, no hiccups. You're not human, what are you? Try talking to him again. Ask his name. I haven't been working yet. Is there any other sponsors? Tell him I recently moved. Okay. You decide to lie to him, telling him you recently moved in the area to get out of city life. Triangle shrugs as he picks the cup back up, continue to fix the drink. Don't see how, considering it's not too far from the next town over. Besides, the whole town sits right beside the interstate, so it won't be that much quieter here. Before you can say another word... Okay. Waverly's tried to say goodbye, but he seemed too busy. Okay. I think that's it, really. So these games seem far from finished, but they are adorable. I love it. One eye looks much darker than the other, but whatever. I just turned on OBS. Well, I just clicked on OBS to see that. Yeah, this was fun. This was just a silly little thing, and it was funny. I really hope that the creator of these continues to update these. I will be following the creator of this on brain fart. I will be following everything that is being worked on Game Jolt for this project. So yeah, if and when it is updated and there are more games, more updates made, I mean, then I will definitely play these again. Maybe not until they've maybe finished what they actually want to do with this. If they ever do, I hope they do, because that would be really cool. But anyway, this has been just a couple of cute little games that I was dead to play, and I can see why. This was fun. But oh my god. Still, like, I will never find Bill to be visually intimidating at all. But, knowing what he is like in reality, knowing that he is, for lack of a better word, a freaking psychopath. I would say sociopath, but he seems to be too in touch with his emotions at times to be a sociopath. Like, I've actually met someone with sociopathy, and they were just, like, way too calm about everything all the time. 'Cause can't really feel emotions. But Bill is not like that. Just too much. Too much. But yeah, this was fun. My brain farted. I can't remember what I was saying. Sorry, guys. But anyway, this was fun and funny to do, so I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.